Hi everyone, this is Tiffany and this video will show you how to use UCI's Aporto system. So Aporto is a remote desktop system that you can use to access data if you don't already have SATA on your own computer. So to access Aporto, we're just going to Google UCI Aporto and we're going to go into that link. It's going to be the first option that shows up right here from OIT, that's UCI's Office of Information Technology. So I'm going to click on this first link here. This will take us to a page that has two different tabs. The first one is the Features tab that tells you what's available on Aporto. So we use it for Stata for this course, but you can also use Aporto for SPSS, for RStudio, or for MATLAB. Then the second tab is the Support tab. So this tells you how you can use Aporto, and that's what this video is going to be for. Right here, if you ever have technical assistance that you need help with, you can open an OIT help desk ticket and they'll help you with whatever problems that you're having. For example, if you can't access Aporto for some reason, OIT can help with that. And their turnover time is usually very quick, usually within 24 hours they respond. So now we're going to log into Aporto. We're going to click this Login to Aporto button, and then it's going to take us to another login page, and we're going to click Login again. Okay, so now we're going to log in through your UCI credentials. It's just your UCI Net ID and whatever password that you have associated with that. And then we're going to go onto another page with a UCI Lab desktop. So sometimes this can take a little bit of time. And once you're there, it's going to say UCI Lab Desktop 2023. And there's going to be a launch button. And that launch button, clicking on that, will take us into the Aporto desktop. So just something to note is that the Aporto desktop can take a while to launch sometimes. So I've just opened this recently, so this is launching much quicker. Usually it can take up to 1 to 2 minutes to open up the Aporto desktop. Okay, so now we're in this desktop. We see that there are all the other programs that I talked about earlier. So there's SPSS right here, there's RStudio, and the one that we need right here is Stata. So let's click on this data to see how that looks like. Notice that it says right here it's 18, right here also 18.0. That just tells us that this is a Stata version 18. Okay, so now that Stata is open, it looks like this. If you have a Mac, the Stata will look a little bit different if the Stata is on your own computer. For Aporto, it doesn't matter if you have a Windows, Mac, or Linux system, it'll be a Windows version of Stata, so it'll always look like this. They look slightly different, but they're not too different. It's mostly this bar right here is usually at the top if you have a Mac. So looks like Stata is working perfectly and I can open everything, so I'm just going to close this for now. Okay, so because this is a virtual desktop, we have to upload our own data and any other files that we need for Stata onto this virtual desktop. And then we always need to make sure to save them onto our own computer when we're done. We never want to work and save anything directly from here. We always want to make sure we start and end using our own computer desktop, our own computers and our own computer files. So what you're going to do when you start is usually you're going to upload the data set that we'll be using either for your problem sets or your labs using this upload button right here. It says upload and there's a picture, an icon of a cloud with an arrow pointing upwards. Once you click into it, it opens up the pop-up screen from your own computer, and that's where you're going to want to click and find the data set that you'll be using. So for today, I'll be using this 288A lab dataset. Notice that it ends in a .dta. This .dta shows me that this is a Stata-specific data file. So this is the file type that it uses, .dta. I'm happy with this, and I'm going to click open. Then what this does is it'll upload that file from my computer onto the Aporto desktop, and it'll tell me, file uploaded successfully to the desktop. And here it is. I can see it on the desktop, 288A lab dataset. So I'm just going to make sure that it works by clicking into this lab dataset, which will open Stata, but it'll open the dataset in it. And I can see that right here that all the variables from that dataset is open. Great, so this looks great. In general, we don't just want to double click on things and open the data set because we want to actually write out these commands so we have a record of what we're doing. So I'll show you how to do that in a different video, but just for the purposes of checking and making sure things work, you can just double click into this data file and just making sure right here that things are showing up and you can see your variable names right here. Okay, this looks great to me. So once you finish using Stata, you probably manipulated the data in some way and you're going to want to save your data set. So to do that, you're going to hit this download button at this top bar right here. It says download and it has an icon of a cloud with an arrow pointing downwards. I'm going to click download and it shows up for this data set name, and I'm just going to select that one and click download. What that does is it saves that exact data set onto my own computer so that I have a record and I have all the files onto my own computer and I'm not just saving everything in Oporto. So now that that's done, I'm just going to close out everything, and that is it, folks. That's how you use Oporto. Thank you.